The World Meteorological Organization says that over the past 50 years, water-related risks top the list of disasters for people and economies. The UN spokesperson Farhan Haq was speaking to journalists in New York. He added that droughts, storms, floods, and extreme temperatures are the cause of most human losses in the past half a century.
The organization today said that water-related hazards dominate the list of disasters in terms of both the human and economic toll over the past 50 years. According to WMO's Atlas of Mortality and Economic Losses from Weather, Climate, and Water Extremes, of the top 10 disasters, the hazards that led to the largest human losses during the period have been droughts, with 650,000 deaths, storms, 577,232 deaths, floods, 58,700 deaths, and extreme temperature, 55,736 deaths. With regard to economic losses, the top 10 events include storms and floods. The data shows that over the 50-year period, weather, climate, and water hazards accounted for 50% of all disasters, 45% of all reported deaths, and 74% of all reported economic losses at the global level.
All right, we're now joined by John Kioli. He's the Executive Director and CEO of Green Africa Foundation. He is also the chairman of Kenya Climate Change Working Group. John, great to have you here for your analysis. Let me begin by asking you what exactly is happening in the world right now and what is causing these extreme weather patterns. John?
Thank you very much. I think there are two key elements we must bring into play. One is the increased temperatures, especially in the northern hemisphere, whereby you are having the summers in the northern hemisphere a bit strong, and this is causing now issues of raised precipitation. And the other thing is also that there could be a lot of dust storms that are also contributing to the issues that are happening now in India. But there are two key things, elements that I want to bring to forth. One is issues of climate change are real, and the increased precipitation that is supposed to be for a month is now being seen in 2 days or in a day in 24 hours. And this is the biggest problem. Now, going forward, you must know that it's not just the precipitation, but the capacity to handle the precipitation. Because what happened in Europe is almost the same thing. But now we are having the same thing, but the capacity of India now is less than what is happening in Europe.
All right, John, important points that you've made there. Now, that brings me to my next question. John, is the world well prepared for such disasters, and what extra measures need to be taken?
No, we are not prepared. Africa is not prepared. And that's why when this happened in Europe, we hope that, of course, we are very sorry, but we hope that attention will now be focused in Africa and developing countries, because we don't have the financial capacity. We don't have the resources capacity. We are very vulnerable. Any increase of temperature of 2 degrees is disaster. It's disaster because it's going to happen to our agriculture, tea industry, coffee industry, maize industry, and all these industries are affected by the issues that are happening in Europe, in China, and the problem is we are very vulnerable, and our vulnerability is going to increase so long as the increased temperatures are happening.
All right, John Kioli, thank you so much for talking to us. Thank you for lending your expertise. Much appreciated.